up, beautiful people? It's Jandarine, the nutritionist. I'm back. Today, I need to talk about marriage and joblessness. Marriage and joblessness. You guys, make sure as after you watch the video, you give me your views, because these are just my views. I want to share them with you. So, joblessness, marriage, raising kids, gosh, that's the hardest thing you can do, you guys. So now, especially when you've actually had a job and you lost a job. So this is what happened. After I got pregnant with my second baby, as always, from my first video, if you have watched, I told you that my pregnancies are so disturbing. They disturb me. So when I was pregnant with my second baby, I had to leave the job that I was working because it was stressing, and I had preeclampsia. So most of you that know what preeclampsia is, it's really hard to cope when you're pregnant and when you're working. So I had to leave job. That was back in 2022, and I left work when I was pregnant I was around 2 to 3 months pregnant. So I had to leave job and come back home so that I can be able to continue with my pregnancy without so many complications. You guys, it's a hassle. It's been a real hassle, because after I left my job, actually even my hubby, his job is not that huwezi itegemea, because he's dealing with construction, and these jobs of construction, especially right now when the economy is so down, it's really hard to get a job like every time. So it's an on and off job. So after I left job, we had to relocate from Meru. So I came back home at my home place, because hubby was, every time he was working. So with my pregnancies and the complications, we decided that I should go home at my home place so that mom can be checking up on me, because we needed to monitor the BPs, we needed to see how the pregnancy was progressing. So I had to go home. And mind you, we have my firstborn. And now I'm pregnant again. So we had to go home. Hey, have you ever sat down and thought, oh my goodness, what did I do? Why did I even get pregnant with my second baby? Because actually, let me tell you something. I keep blaming myself up to now, because I'm still jobless. I keep blaming myself up to now and saying, I really wish I knew I wouldn't get pregnant with my second baby before we had planned for it. But it came up, those accidental pregnancies. That's what happened. So I had to accept it. So now we came home. Right by that moment, I was actually loaded. I had saved up some stuff, but I saved us some money. But now we had to use up the money because of the clinics. We had to use up money because of the shopping of the baby who was coming. We had so many things to do, and I was not working. I didn't know it would get tougher. Until my pregnancy was around 6 months, everything was okay. But when now we started dealing with looking for money to cater for the young one, even though we were at home, I didn't want my parents to struggle with the finances, so I had to chip in. And by chipping in, help them with the shopping, because I have the baby, help them with the day bag who was coming because of the little baby. of the other baby. You know, when I got pregnant, my firstborn was around 2.5 years, around 2.5 years or so, or 2 years and something. So we had to look for a day back because I was told not to do so many strenuous activities because of my pregnancies. So I used to help my mom with the finances at home. Now it reached to a point that, and you know, my hubby was also working, but you know, I told you it's a day on and off thing. So after that, dealing with joblessness has been a real hassle. That's what I was trying to tell you guys. And there are sometimes, you know, I find myself like really stressed up. You have your babies here, you need so many things. The firstborn is already in school. You're struggling with even getting the fee to pay for them. You're struggling with the young one. And this Kenya actually need to do something about this joblessness, because most people are going through stress. They are going through depression because of being jobless. And maintaining a marriage, especially when you have financial problems, is also another hassle. So, and you know, with every little thing, I find myself most of the time, like, when I ask for something from my hubby, okay, I ask for finances or I ask for something to do, and he maybe doesn't have, and he tells me he doesn't have, like, for sure. You know what comes in my mind? I start thinking like for sure, if I was working, I wouldn't be borrowing anyone money. And I get really angry, but I say, one day will come that I'll have a job. It's been a real hassle even looking for the job, applying for the job applications. You find yourself spending so much money, the money that you'd have done something else with, to apply for the jobs. But yet there's no response, you know. So it's been a really big struggle for me. And actually there was a point that arrived that I was almost getting depressed, because when I was working, actually money was not a problem, sorry to say. I did everything I could with my money. I enjoyed myself, and now life took another turn. When I got jobless, life took another turn, and you know, I had to change so many things. You cut off, you know, you are left with the important things to do. You just cut off with the luxuries that you're doing, so that you can be able to upkeep your family and help your husband do 1, 2, 3. So you guys, marriage and joblessness is the most difficult thing that you can do. Marriage alone has its own problems, especially when you have financial problems. Your marriage really gets into your nerve. Actually, you start wondering, like, why did I get married? Why did I have kids? I could have just waited, because now mahitaji ni mingi. You have so many things to do, and the finances are not there. So you find yourself, even most of the time, you're not happy. You're not joyful. I look at my kids sometimes these days, and I say, you know, I love my kids to have a good childhood. I just love my kids to have a good childhood. So when I look at them these days and see that I can't even provide for them the basic needs that they need to be having, I really feel bad. I get depressed, and I wonder, like, when will this change? When will I really even get the finances to be able to start something up, like a business, so that I can be able to be earning something? And even the thought of depending on someone is actually getting into my nerves. I really hate depending on anyone, even if it's my husband. I really hate borrowing. So you guys out there, what's your experience about joblessness? Because for me, anyway, it has just gotten into me. It has messed me up. It's a real hassle. It's a real struggle. But all I said is that I'll take one step at a time, one day at a time, because I know one day there's no situation that does not change. One day I'll get even that job, or maybe I'll start something up. Maybe a job, so that a business, so that I can be able to be getting something small that I'll be able to support my husband with. Anyways, guys, you out there, and if you're watching me, actually, you can link me up with a job. Right now, you just don't get choosy. I'm ready to do any kind of job as long as it's paying. Me, I'm not choosy right now. I'm not choosy because it has been a real struggle. Okay. Anyway, I'll end my video there, and guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so. Comment on this video about joblessness and marriage and raising kids. I would like to see your views, because I know there are some people who are going through the same struggles as me. Okay. For now, it's a bye. Ciao. I love you guys. Mwah.